Please share with us your name, current occupation, and your commitment/passion for serving the community.
My name is Quinton. I am pastor of Diakonos, a house of servants. I'm the executive director for Diakonos Ministries. And we are partners here with the African American Youth Harvest Foundation. And my passion for serving people is people of the community. You know, for the past 30 plus years, I've worked in education, I've done mentorship, I've worked with at-risk populations such as alcohol recovery and drugs. I myself am a product of the community because I've gone through all the addiction phase, and I've also gone through all of the mental anguish that happens both to the individual and to the family during crisis or just life just happens. So what I love is I love pulling for the underdog. That's my passion, because that's the person that I've been. You know, you can't always tell a book by its cover. You got to read the content. And there are a lot of the large areas that are taken care of. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of money, but down what I call at the street level, things kind of trickle out. And that's where I love to work. And so meeting people where they are and then helping them understand that I'm not better than, I'm just different from. And that giving love to people, that's the basic thing I do. So that's where my passion comes from.
Please share with the community how your work and the work of your office has really had an impact on those you and your team serve.
I believe in order to serve people, you have to have some sense of belonging, because if people don't take ownership of correcting or finding solutions for their own problems, then what happens is we stay in this cycle of craziness and we keep doing the same things over and over again. And so what our team, our program, which is part with the church, Diakonos Ministries, and then my personal program that I have, which is called Q Enterprises, which has a mental health and personal guidance part of the program, is called QE Life Solutions. When I put them together, what happens is that we're able to meet people in some of the worst places where they need the most attention. In times of tragedy, in times of death, in times of mental breakdown, in times of just trying to find your way. We work with relationship development and problems, marriage, all those type of things. The arena in which we work, which I love my team, they do such a great job, is we meet people where they don't want to be seen. We meet them at a time where they're the most vulnerable. And our impact that we have is that people trust us. We work to develop relationships, because to me, if you don't develop a relationship, you haven't done an effective job. In order to work with somebody effectively, and we work with a lot of children and families, you have to be able to get people to trust you. They trust you because you do what it is that you're going to do. And also, when they trust you, they bring you into the most private place you could ever go, into their homes, into their personal lives. So whether it's at a park, whether it's on the street, whatever it is, I think getting people to be able to trust you and then to be there at a time when they really need the love. And a lot of people don't get the type of love, so they don't know how to give it. And so our impact is really being able to change the minds of people about whatever it is, about social involvement, about what nonprofit work is, about the church. You know, because a lot of times they don't think we care. They think we just care about the money, and when they come, we don't think they care. We like to make sure that people know we care no matter where you are. I think that's the great impact that we have.
Please share with the community what your legacy award means to you, awarded by the African American Youth Harvest Foundation at the Changing the Story Gala celebration with Martin Luther King III as the keynote, along with the Texas Legislative Black Caucus and the Texas State NAACP.
I'm pumped. When I was a kid, my mother and father were really, really big advocates of the work that Dr. King was doing. In fact, I had two heroes. There was my dad, and then there was Dr. King. And I remember being a kid that Dr. King was coming somewhere close to Texas, and my parents were making preparation to try and go see him. And unfortunately, he was assassinated before that happened. I'm excited about the award. I'm appreciative about the recognition. But what I'm really excited about is I'm going to bring my 87-year-old mother to be able to see, to be able to meet not Dr. Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther King, if you understand what I'm saying. And she is so excited about that. The reason why that I'm bringing her is because legacy is that which is transferred, right, to those who don't know the full story, but who are required to live out something that they have to be introduced to, embrace, and understand their position. They've got to transfer that on. And so to be able to have my mother there with him in this gala, for her to see me get this recognition, which I thank the foundation for tremendously, but to be able to celebrate that is to celebrate that in spite of my background, in spite of everything that has happened to me, that there is something good that has been recognized by the people around me for the work that I've done all these years. For her to be able to see me on that stage with is an amazing thing, and I'm just asking the Lord, let us be able to share that moment. I don't think it's a greater moment than you could ever have, to be able to have history coming together, 3 different points.
Share with the community your thoughts on the African American Youth Harvest Foundation bringing in Martin Luther King III to the community to keynote these 3 events: the statewide youth summit, the VIP brunch, and the Changing the Story Legacy Awards Gala.
You know, I think that what's very important is sometimes that we let politics distract us from true impact. And I think one of the things that I can see coming out of that is that here we have someone whose life work and passion is a great example of what happens when legacy works. And then to be able to bring someone with not just the knowledge, not just the work that they've done, but to be able to bring a different view that a lot of the kids that work with the foundation haven't seen that elevated status, that place for us. And as a Black man, I think that's going to be very impactful for the kids. And then they're going to be able to associate the name Martin Luther King now with a person that's right there in front of them, that they'll be able to speak to them. They can speak both to, as I said earlier, that which they don't know, right? But that's what they've heard now becomes a reality right there in front of them. They can exchange, they can dialogue. There's a lot of different things that can be able to happen. But one thing will confirm the possibility that you can be able to do. There is also an understanding of a struggle that they are not, can't relate to, that there is no ideal about it. To understand why this passion and this drive is in us for community and the work. So, you know, I think that it was a great move. I think it's very important. I think it's going to work, and I think the Black Caucus and the Texas State NAACP and all those who are working with us to be able to make this moment happen, because I envision it like this. We heard Dr. King's speeches on TV and radio. Now we get to hear his son speak live and in person, and so I too feel like I'm touching.